Yeah, buddy. Alright, so I just ended one video and now I'm starting up another one right away. Q&A with the lion. Here we go. Question and answer. So this question comes from my buddy Super Hippo 95, I believe is the name. And he says, he has three questions in a row here. Whoa. These are all great questions. Wow. Out of the philosophers of history, Plato, Descartes, Nietzsche, I don't know how to pronounce him, Tao Te Ching, etc. Who do you agree with the most? I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I am a full-fledged philosopher with a PhD in it, because I'm not. I think I took maybe 2 courses in philosophy throughout my college career. So I know a little bit about these guys, but I've forgotten a lot of it because this was years ago, you know what I mean? And it wasn't my specialty. They're all great. I'm not going to sit here and say that one is better than the other, because they all had the most incredible minds of their time, because that is why we would talk about them today. If you think about it, what was everybody else doing back then? Or no one else did anything that influential back then, because we don't talk about them. We don't remember them. I had made a video a while back called Will You Be Remembered? Well, these are the people that we remember from back in the day. You know what I mean? Everybody else, 99.9% of the population, including today, we're all going to be forgotten. There's only going to be 0.1, maybe 0.001% of us that are going to be talked about, that are going to be studied, that are going to be featured in courses, that are going to have books written about us later. We're going to have less than 1% of the population on this planet Earth will be talked about and remembered hundreds and thousands of years down the road. I'm not going to sit here and be one of these YouTubers that just tries to amp themselves up with high special effects and parties and bright colors and lights and flashing images of things, clickbait to try to get you to click on my videos, because in my humble opinion, in my heart, in my mind, those are not the people that are going to be remembered. Even though they have 10 million followers right now on YouTube, those are not going to be the ones that are spoken of 100 years from now, 500 years from now, 10,000 years from now. There's going to be people that actually made a difference, people that actually change the world. Those are the people that are going to be talked about, that are going to be remembered, that are going to be spoken of back in later in life. So, just to answer your question quickly, I love Descartes. I love Rene Descartes. One of the things I learned about him, 2 things. One is the pineal gland, okay? The seat of the mind, the center of your brain. That, I'm not going to get into in depth with that right now, because that's for another time. But another thing, this I can speak on, I can talk about this right now, and that is numbers. He was trying to find the meaning of the universe. He was trying to put everything into some kind of cohesive thought of what it meant to be the universe and be in the universe. And the only thing he could come up with was numbers, my friends. Everything is numbers. Everything. Let me kind of try to prove this to you right now. There's a scientific... There's a theory in the scientific realm of knowledge called the hierarchy of knowledge. And it goes like this. It's kind of 5 steps, if I remember correctly. First, you have mathematics. Then built off mathematics, you have physics. And physics is just the interaction of numbers. Okay? Then you have chemistry, which is the interaction of numbers and molecules putting together. Then you have biology, which is the interaction of numbers and molecules and how they create life, how they come to create life. And then you have psychology, which is at the top of the hierarchy of knowledge, which puts all of these things together and how they form the mind and the human mind and how we behave and how animals behave and how living creatures interact with one another. Okay? But at the base of it all, what's holding up this entire pyramid or this hierarchy of knowledge is what? What did I say? Mathematics, numbers. Everything is numbers. This whole thing that you're watching right now is zeros and ones. It's binary code. My camera is decoding every single movement that I do, the little flexes that I do, everything. It is taking it, the electromagnetic spectrum, the wavelengths, and it is converting it to zeros and ones through the transistors. There's like 1 billion or 2 billion transistors going on in my cell phone right now, and it is decoding me and reconstructing me so that you can see it on your screen. I am nothing more than a bunch of numbers. I am a mathematical equation. And guess what? We're all mathematical equations. And at the end of our lives, I guess it equals 0. You add up every single experience, every single thought, every single pattern, every single behavior of your life, and then we pass away. and then we just equal whatever the universe is in the end. So numbers is the thing that Rene Descartes came up with. That is like the thing that just encompasses everything in the universe. If you're trying to understand the universe, you need to start with mathematics and numbers. And I hated math. I hated math pretty much my entire life until I went to college, until I went to university and started to understand the beauty of numbers. Now there's part of me that wish I majored in physics. There's a part of me that wish I just studied mathematics my entire life because I love it so much. I'm not very good at it. It's not my specialty by any means. My specialty is the mind and how to interact with human beings and other life forms. But there's a part of me that just loves numbers and mathematics, man. Gosh, I want to meet more people like me, man. I want to be able to relate to people more because I feel so alone because I don't think anybody thinks like I do. Okay, so another one from Super Hippo 95. If you could change one thing about the world, what would it be? Buddy, you can't just ask me that question, man. You can't just ask me, what would I change about the world? No, I'm kidding, but if I had to give you one thing right now, off the top of my head, I wish that everybody would treat others the way they want to be treated. Follow the golden rule. That's it. If I could change one thing about the world, I wish the entire world right now would start today, this second, just start treating others the way they want to be treated. That's it. So you know what that would kind of eliminate? Just to give you a hint, nobody would be lying anymore, cheating, stealing, killing, murdering. These things wouldn't really be occurring. And if they did occur, they would occur on a far less frequent basis than they are right now. So that's what I would change about the world. If I could change one thing right now, if I had the power to do that. Hopefully one day I'll have a lot of power to change a lot of things. But right now I'm just a lion who has a YouTube channel with about 3,800 subscribers. One day I want it to be 7.2 billion. I want this entire world to hear the words that I have to say. I want them to see the actions that I wish to take. But right now, it's just you. And for whatever reason, the universe has it so that you are the ones who are listening to me, not everybody else. So you have a part to play in this too. A big part. Bigger than you think. Okay, here we go. Last one from Super Hippo 95. Do you believe in a higher power? Why or why not? As I grow up, as I get older and older, I find it harder and harder to come up with reasons not to think that there's a higher power. To me, it's just, it is the universe. It is us. We are the higher power. All of us. Everyone. We are all connected. It's kind of like water. Here's water in my glass, and there's water in your glasses, there's water in your houses, there's water in rivers and streams. But would you say that H2O is different than the H2O in the ocean? I wouldn't, except that there's a few more molecules in there. Like we have some ions in there, like sodium and stuff. There's salt in the ocean, right? What is it? Oh my gosh. Sodium chloride. Gosh. Gotta get back on my chemistry game. Sodium chloride is floating around in the ocean, right? So that's how I believe our minds are, or the higher power. We're all just encapsulated in our bodies. Instead of being in a glass, we're in our bodies. But when we leave them, we will become part of the ocean, become part of the knowledge, become part of that higher power. We will assimilate ourselves back into it as soon as we pass. That's my belief. I look at the universe, I look at the stars and the galaxies, how there's hundreds and billions of galaxies, and in each one of those galaxies there's hundreds and billions of stars, and surrounding those stars are planets, are billions of planets each time, in each galaxy, and I say to myself, it's so beautiful, everything is so gorgeous and amazing. Even the things that are ugly, that I used to deem as ugly, like spiders and snakes, there's a beauty in them, man. There's a beauty in the way they exist, in the way they move through their environment, the way they interact. Some may say it's barbaric, or gross, or unappealing, but I've learned to see the beauty in all of these things, in one way or another, because it's all part of the universe. Brittany Davis, hello. Do you have a lucky girl in your life? Also, would you describe yourself as a minimalist? Your channel rocks. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Brittany. I appreciate the question in the comments. Please keep them coming. Do I have a lucky girl in my life? Well, this is a question. Yes and no. That's how I'm going to answer that question. Yes and no. Also, would you describe yourself as a minimalist? Once again, yes and no. On one end of the spectrum, I need nothing to live. I need a place I need to lay down somewhere, and I need to eat some food. And that's all I really need to live. Like, I'm okay with that. In that sense, yes, I am a minimalist. But on the other end of the spectrum, no, I'm not, because I do love things. I love things. I love objects, because they're made up of atoms and electrons and protons and neutrons, and I love the universe, like I said, and all the elements. So when you combine them all in three-dimensional space in different ways through different bonds, covalent bonds, ionic bonds, I think they're beautiful. I think cars are beautiful. Flowers are beautiful. Buildings, architecture is beautiful, and I want to be able to own these things and be near them and interact with them. Animals, I want to own animals, and have pets and have a farm and have them interact with one another and live their lives. You know what I mean? I want to be involved in all that stuff. And all of that takes what? It takes money in order to obtain. And I'm not saying money's a bad thing. It's a way to get the things that you need or that you desire. So on one end of the spectrum, no, I am not a minimalist. I do desire these things and I love these things. I told Jonathan, and we made a video about this years ago. At the end of it all, I would love to own and be named and have my own galaxy. My own galaxy. Think about that for a second. It's so funny when people talk about aspirations or dreams. To me, they're all so small. People want such little things, and I used to be like that too. I used to say to myself, I just want to have a wife, have some kids, and a house, and I'll be good. That was it. Like, I had a limit to my aspirations and my dreams and my goals. Now I'm at the point where I want everything. I want to know everything. I want to have knowledge on every subject in the world. I want to know everything and be able to interact with and be around everything. I want to, like I said, have a galaxy named after me. And like I said earlier, galaxies have billions of stars with billions of planets, assuming each star had at least one planet surrounding it, right? Orbiting it. And our solar system has, I think, 9, or 8 if you don't count Pluto. That's a whole nother thing. Gosh, Pluto, poor Pluto. I love you, Pluto. I don't care what anybody says. I still love you. So yeah, I would love to have a galaxy. And just imagine being able to interact with and fly through a galaxy at warp speed. It couldn't even be light speed. It would have to just be like instant transmission, just going from star to star, checking out your star systems. I would have some binary systems with 2 suns. Floating around, and I'd have all different types of planets. Like there's planets made out of diamonds. There's planets that rain metal. Like I would have all these different types of things out in my galaxies, and they would all be in my galaxy, all these different solar systems in my galaxy, and they would all do different things. That's just me. So like the dreams of men are so small in my opinion, because I'm dreaming like I'm infinite. I have dreams as if I am the universe. So I suggest you everybody tries to reevaluate themselves a little bit with that. But like I said, on one hand, I am a minimalist. I don't need anything. I need water and some food and a place to sleep, and I'm good. So I'm like both. I'm a Gemini too, by the way, guys. My birthday's in June, so I'm a Gemini. I have a split personality. I don't know if you guys have caught up on that at all. Very much split personality. There's 2 of me. There's 2 personalities in this mat right here. There's two of us in here, and they're always battling one another. Okay, who's this? AJ Prasad. I don't know if I said that. AJ Prasad. Hello, my friend. What did you major in for undergrad? And what are your plans for the near future to get into graduate school? Any advice for students in university now to do well? Great questions, my friend. Once again, I majored in psychology with a concentration in neuropsychology. And my future plans, near future plans are, right now I'm just working as a behavior therapist, a behavior tutor, and I'm just working with children who have autism. And I'm studying for my GRE. I'm trying to get which is your graduate record exam. It's essentially your entrance exam, the exam you have to take to get into graduate school. It's like the MCAT for medical school, but it's easier than the MCAT. The MCAT's way harder because it has physics and chemistry and biology on it. This doesn't. This just has math, English, and like verbal on it, the GRE. But I've never been a very good test taker, so this is like my weakness. So I have to conquer this, guys. You have to get on me. You have to encourage me to study for this test, because it's like my Achilles heel. It's the thing that's keeping me out of graduate school. It honestly is. I have great grades, great recommendations, but my GRE score is just average, and it needs to be the best. You know, it just has to be the best. I have to get it up there. And I've never been good at test taking like that, so help me out. Give me encouragement, man. I need it. I really need your guys' help. Any advice for students in university now, how to do well? Yes. One of the best things that I can say is get into a routine. Get into a routine, you guys. Plan your classes accordingly. For me, I took all my courses at night or in the middle of the day. I tried to avoid, I took a couple 8 a.m.s. That was because it was unavoidable. I remember it was a class called it was psychology, nervous systems, and behavior. One of my favorite courses, probably one of my top 5 favorite courses that I ever took. Probably top 5 that I ever took in college. Nervous systems and behavior. It was 8 a.m., you guys. And I was going to bed at like 4, 5, 6 a.m. So I was getting like an hour's sleep maybe, and then going to class. It was terrible. It was a terrible situation for me. And I didn't have any choice. There was no other offerings for that class. So it's just 8 a.m. So try to get in a routine. Plan your classes accordingly if you're a morning person, afternoon person, night person. Plan your meals, your workouts if you go to the gym. And try to have a set time on when you do your study and when you do your work. Like I said, for me, it was at nighttime. So during the day, I'd go to class, I'd go to the gym, I'd work out, get pumped, come home, eat some food, relax, get on the computer, do my research, do my homework. That was it. When all the people, everything was calmed down. There weren't cars bustling, horns honking outside, ambulances going by. Everything was calmer at nighttime. So I found for me, then I could go to the library. I think the library was open. It might have been open, I think 24/7. I would go 1 a.m., 2 a.m. all the time. Just go in there, have a peace of mind, and do my work. So get in a routine. Best thing I can say. Here we go. 17 minutes again. Oh, man. Okay. I guess I'll have to end this one. Darn. I wanted to keep going. Alright, my buddies. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please comment down below. Let me know some more questions, your comments. Say whatever's on your mind. Whether it be good or bad. I don't care. I want to hear everything that you have to say. Tell me the truth. My YouTube channel is not called Compliment Seeker 182. No, it's Truth Seeker 182. So if you got something mean to say, you got something negative to say, go ahead. You got something nice to say, you got something affirmative and positive to say, go ahead. Please, let me hear what your thoughts are. Let me hear what's going on in your mind, okay? Because the only thing that's separating us, like I said, is the vessel. We're all just a bunch of water in these bodies. And as soon as we pass, we will connect, we will be with one another, and then I'll know everything. But for now, I can't read your mind. I can't see inside of your mind. You have to tell me what you're thinking. You have to type it down below. Let me know what's going on in that cerebral cortex of yours. Specifically the frontal cortex. That's really what I'm interested in right now. Alright, take care. This is your friendly neighborhood lion. Peace.